impressions are priceless.
I'm Dr. Kenny Levine. For the past 37 years, we've been helping patients of all ages restore their smiles. Today, with modern technology and lasers, we're able to treat infants of 7 days old. We treat their parents. We help them not only keep their teeth, but restore function for the rest of their lives.
Call 954-603-7109.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kenny Levine. Welcome to Health Talk. We're seen on WEYW19.com on UVerse Channel 19. Health Talk is a show about your general health and well-being from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. I happen to be a dentist. I'm a periodontist. I deal with gum and bone disease and do dental implants for our patients. Actually, our patients range in age from 3 days old to almost 100 years young. But this is not a show about dentistry. It's a show about your total health and well-being. Tonight I'm here with a very special friend of mine, Dr. Eli Friedman. Eli, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Eli, you're a prosthodontist. Well, before we get to that, let's talk about where you're from, how you got to South Florida, and that journey.
Thanks. Originally I'm Canadian. I'm from Toronto, Canada, born and raised. I lived there for about 20 years or so, then decided to go to dental school abroad. I went to Tufts, which is in Boston.
Right.
If you're familiar with Boston and Tufts, very well-known dental school. Subsequent to that, I went back to Toronto and started practicing dentistry.
How long did you do that?
Practiced dentistry back in Canada, about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Then I decided at that point in time that I worked in two very well-known specialty practices in Toronto, and I became exposed to very high-end dentistry, very high level. Decided that was what I wanted to do as a career, and I pursued a career in prosthodontics, or the specialty down here in Florida at Nova Southeastern University, and spent about 3 years there. When I got my certificate and training, went into private practice, and that's how things kind of started for me.
When I was a kid, I went to camp in Plattsburgh, New York.
Okay.
Right near Montreal. It was the first time I saw people eat vinegar on their French fries.
Everybody likes to eat vinegar on their fries in Canada. It's
Exactly.
vinegar and ketchup.
Exactly right. So when you decided to go to Nova, when did you meet your wife? Who happens to be a dentist also, right?
That's right, Kenny. I met my wife when I was practicing dentistry in Canada. During the first 3 or 4 years I was practicing, we actually happened to meet in a dental practice, believe it or not, in Toronto, just outside of Toronto. I was working as an associate in a dental practice, and my wife was working as a dentist there as well. And I always tell the story, make a joke, we met over a root canal, but we actually didn't meet over a root canal, but we happened to be working in the same practice,
right.
And met that way, and that's the story, how things kind of started for us.
Well, you two came down to Florida. I know a little bit of the story, and she opened up a practice while you were still in graduate school?
Correct. She opened her first practice in Coral Springs,
right.
In 2007. I was still in my residency training, finishing my specialty training at Nova. And then I decided to subsequently join her in Coral Springs. After doing some research, there was a void in the area. There hadn't been that many prosthodontists in the area, and decided that might be a good fit, and decided to join her in Coral Springs. And subsequent to that, joined another practice in Palm Beach, and been there for about 5 years now. And we then, the two of us, me and my wife, opened another practice in Plantation, actually, as a third location.
So how do you spend your time?
I divide my time up in my practice by spreading my time amongst my 3 locations and kind of focusing my practice on the specialty care.
For our viewers, would you describe what makes you a prosthodontist different from your wife, who's the dentist?
Okay. Well, a prosthodontist, as you know, by definition is a specialist in the restoration and replacement of teeth. And that includes dental implants, dentures, crown and bridge work, veneers. Basically, a prosthodontist is a dentist that has advanced training in restorative dentistry. That basically includes more advanced cases that oftentimes certain general dentists may not be able to undertake as a patient. And I get referrals from those types of dentists who maybe their scope of practice is not at a more sophisticated level. They need somebody with more advanced training, and they seek out a dentist like me to help their patients out in that respect.
You know, I was going to ask you that question of how you relate to the general dentist other than your wife. because I know as a dental specialist, I work in the team approach, and you do the beautiful teeth, and I do the foundation. And in speaking with other prosthodontists, I know it's difficult for them to get referrals from general dentists in the community.
Correct.
You know what? What we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment.
Sure.
Hold that thought. I'm Dr. Kenny Levine with Health Talk. We'll see you in just a minute. Thank you.